Hey, 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 it's Nina Motivates. Hey, everybody, Nina Motivates here. Y'all know I got two intros. I just be singing whatever comes to mind at that moment. It's going to either be hey, everybody, or hey, hey, hey. But you going to get the point. Welcome to ICU Radio, the You Can Show right here on Monday evening. I'm so excited to be with you all. I'm so excited. We have concluded our first month of shows. Welcome to July, everybody. It's the first Monday in July. And so I want you to grab some pen and paper because today we're going to disturb some doubt and increase some faith. You got me all to yourself today. Yay, yay, yay. So let's get right into this wonderful show because I got some good stuff for y'all. And y'all know, if you don't know, now you know, I could talk. I can. I like talking. I do. And so I have so much for us today. And I want us to really, I'm going to give you some doubt destroying tips. I'm going to give you some affirmations. I'm going to give you so much. Whatever God gives me is what I'm going to give you. I got stuff written down that I'm going to talk about, but however He leads, that's the direction we're going to go in. The first thing we're going to do is go over our scripture of the month, which is Hebrews 11:1. And since I'm here alone today, I could go into a little bit of in-depth with the scripture, the affirmation, and the book writing tip, okay? So bear with me, y'all. We're going to go a little bit deep into each one. Our scripture, Hebrews 11:1. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. So if you ever wonder what the definition of faith is, here it is. It's the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Which means if you are saying you got faith, it may not have come to pass yet, but you're hoping for it. You are seeing what you say and saying what you see until you see what you say. Meaning you have to say some things out your mouth. You have to declare and decree some things. You have to believe for some things and see it in your mind before it comes to pass. And then you're going to see what you say. Whatever you say, you're going to see. God created with His words in His mouth, right? And He made us in His image. He didn't make us Him, but He made us in His image. So we got to be mindful of the things we say because we create with our mouth. So we got to be mindful. I try not to even say I'm TIRED. Okay. Yeah, I spelled it out because I have to make sure that I'm mindful of what I speak over my life. And so I am full of energy. I have all that I need. I have more than enough. Listen, we got to get into that habit of creating with our mouth. And so this month, I've decided that the guest that's going to come on this month, are guests that's going to empower you in a different way. These are people who have launched things in such a powerful way that God has used them to create things that people sit and say, oh, I wish I had of, or I could, or can I do that? Yeah, you can. And so my guest this month is going to be people that's going to prove to you that you could be the first in your family, that you could be the first to start something, that you could be a franchise owner, that you could own a network, I'm telling y'all, that you can own a university. Y'all, I'm pulling in these people that I thank God that I've had an opportunity to meet and be in their places and spaces because they're amazing people. And they have believed so much that they have gone out and done the things that people didn't even know that, oh, I could still create this, or I could. Yeah, you can. You can. You got to have faith first. That's the first thing. And when you have faith, like we're talking about today, disturbing that doubt. You disturb any doubt that tries to come up against you when you have faith, when you hope for something, when even though you don't see it yet, you believe it and you know it's going to come to pass and you hold on to it and you let nothing stop you from holding on to that thing. That's faith, y'all. That's faith. And so what is our affirmation that goes with Hebrews 11:1? My only option is faith over fear. My only option is to believe. That's my only option. There is no other option. I don't have an option to doubt, to be afraid, not to do just because I've never seen it done before. My only option is to faith it because I will make it. Not faith it till I make it. Faith it because I've already made it. So we got to start programming our mind and letting go of these different things that's holding us down, okay? We're going forth in faith on today, okay? We are disturbing the doubt that you can't, whatever that thing is. I want you to write it down. Listen, this radio show today is a whole workshop, okay? Write it down. Write that thing that's trying to make you doubt down. Write it down. And as you write it down, then I want you to, we're gonna do some things as we go along. Let's just write it down right now. Write those thoughts, those dreams, those aspirations, those things that God has put in you that He's told you you're going to do, that sometimes you doubt. You don't have to doubt all the time. Sometimes that doubt tries to creep up. I want you to write those things down because we're going to destroy the doubt today. That's what we're going to do today. What is your book writing tip of the day, y'all? This is a good one. This is a good one. You can go to myidentifiers.com to get your ISBN and barcode, as well as your do all your copyrights. Personally, I wait until my book is published to do my copyrights. Why do you do that, Nina? Well, I do that because if I make changes or anything, I just want my manuscript to be completely finalized before I copyright it. So that's why Nina does that. Okay. You can do whatever you want to do, but that's why Nina does it. And I have been publishing books for over 12 years now. Yeah. Also, myidentifiers.com, I call that the Social Security Board to book publishing when it comes to ISBN and barcode and copywriting. Why? Because that number on the back of your books, that barcode, it means something, y'all. Did you know it means something? That barcode, it identifies your book to you. That number identifies your book to you. That's why I call it myidentifiers.com, the Social Security Board, and your ISBN, your Social Security number for your book, because that's what our Social Security number does for us, right? And so you want to have a good ISBN and barcode. I used to go to Google and just Google and pay $10 for ISBN and barcode, and then I couldn't use it on Amazon, and I couldn't use it on different platforms, and I didn't know why. Well, those ISBNs and barcodes can be used other places, but mainstreams, it can't be used. Now, you could use one of theirs. You could go on kdp.amazon.com and get one of theirs. You could go on Lulu, or you can go on Ingram Sparks or any of the other platforms and use one of their ISBN and barcodes. But I like to have my own stuff, okay? I like to have my own stuff. I like to have full rights to everything. I can put my book anywhere with my own ISBN and barcode. And so you could go, again, that is myidentifiers.com. So you got to be, when you're listening to my show, it's like hiring me as a coach, because you're going to get them tips, okay? You're going to get it. Let's get into this, y'all. I'm going to say some quotes here. I'm going to give you some things, and I'm going to feed in all of that stuff, right? Doubt is a kryptonite. Doubt is a lie, and doubt is nothing but fear. That's it. That's what doubt is. Doubt is a liar, because doubt tries to tell you what you can't do. Doubt tries to tell you what you can't be. Doubt tries to tell you that you'll never make it. Doubt tries to be the kryptonite to what it is that God wants to do in, through, and with you. So that's why it's important to disturb your doubt and to destroy your doubt and to change your doubt into fear. Let it drive you. Whenever somebody tell me I can't do something, ooh, that fuels me, y'all. That makes me feel like, oh, I gotta prove it to them. I gotta show them that I can. It was so interesting. Even today, I was going and I was taking my goddaughter somewhere, and when we after we dropped her off, I was taking her mom home, and as I was taking her home, we had stopped. She wanted to stop and get something, so we pulled up. We ordered what she wanted. We got what she wanted, and as the lady was handing me the bags, she was like, "Oh my gosh, she couldn't even come up with the word, but she was basically like, she said, you're a warrior." And I was like, oh, why, thank you. And then I had to think about it. Duh, Nina, she's looking at your hands. She's looking at your physical difference. Because as I explained on the first episode, I have club hands. So my left hand don't have much movement. I have 4 fingers on both hands. I do not have thumbs. And my arms are curved and short. So sometimes people see me and they're surprised. First she grabbed it. She was trying to hand me the bags. And I was like, hand them to me, baby. And it's interesting because people just don't know. But I like how she responded, and she was like, you're a warrior. And I don't know what inspiration that was for her today, but I believe that God put me in places and spaces for people that need whatever they need. And maybe it helps her, and I hope it removes some doubt that she can't do something, because sometimes we limit ourselves from doing the things we need to do, want to do, or desire to do because of fear of the unknown. When a lot of times you're comfortable being in uncomfortable situations. Sometimes in the past, doubt of certain things kept me in the worst relationships, y'all. I was doing the worst things because I doubted what was in me, what God has put in me, who God had made me to be. And doubt is not supposed to exist where faith exists. And if I say I'm going to have faith for something, then I got to have faith for that thing. And so do you. And so we're going to destroy that doubt. We're going to destroy it. So the first thing that I know, not the first thing, one of the things that I know doubt does, it makes us feel like if we failed at something the first time, we feel like, oh, we doubt ourselves. We can't do it. We're not going to be able to do it. What if I told you you didn't fail, you learned? It's all in how you perceive a thing. You did not fail, you learned. And so we got to take our mindsets and allow our minds to propel us forward and stop pushing us backwards. And a lot of times doubt creep in when something didn't go the way we wanted it to go, or we feel like we didn't succeed at something. And so we feel like we're a failure when actually it was supposed to be a learning experience for us. When I was in those unhealthy relationships, I was like, man, God, this is not it. So instead of me feeling like, oh, I would never get in a relationship again, I decided to do things differently. Yeah, those relationships failed because they were not for me. Okay, it was learning experiences to help prepare me for something better. And that goes not just romantically, friendships, y'all, all type of things. Okay, and so I had to allow it to put me in a different place and space so that I can grow, I can heal, I can go through a grievance process. Because a lot of times we only think about grief with death, but grief comes whenever you lose something. So if you lose a relationship, whether it's friendship, family, anything, you probably go through a different process, and that's okay. Go through the process, grow through the process, grow through it. Stop looking at things that you didn't succeed in as failures. No, it's life lessons that you had to learn through. Everything that you use on a daily basis didn't get created the first time it was tried. They had to figure out what will work. And so you may be in a season where you got to figure out what will work, and that's okay. Figure out what will work and then let it work for you. Know that you did not fail. You learned. Learn forward. They say fail forward. I say learn forward. Learn forward, people. Stop thinking that so that thing that you wrote down that you doubt, if it's something that you tried before and it didn't work out, this taught me, and then write what it taught you. Write what it taught you because it taught you something. You learned something in that process. So write down what it is that you learned in that process, okay? All right, my next one. You didn't lose, you lived. Sometimes we feel like, oh man, I lost this or I lost that, or this is a setback. And we've often heard a setback is a setup for a comeback and all of those beautiful things. But a lot of times we think if we lose something, lose a person, we lose anything, that it'll be hard to come back. No, you're still living, you're still breathing. You're still moving, you're still shaking, you still have opportunity, you still have a way that is being made, okay? I have a beautiful sister, and I'm going to have her to come on and share her story one day. And she went through some things, y'all, with her kids. Okay, but now I look at her story and I look at her bounce back, and I'm just like, my God, you did that. God, you did that. You did that, God. And I'm so grateful that He did it. And I'm on the other side. I've seen her in one area in one way, and I see her now. I'm able to see what God has done. But see, if we ever think we lost or we doubt that it's going to get better, we are creating that thing. So no, you didn't lose, you lived, and you still living, and you still growing, and you still going. Okay? Doubt is loud, but you can silence it. Doubt tries to scream at you. At you. I said at you. At you. Y'all, I'm be raw, I'm real, I'm going forth, okay? It tries to scream at you, but you better scream back at it. No. I got faith. I believe. I know this is coming to pass. I know that this is going to happen for me. And when you have that faith, a lot of times how we know we have doubt, we don't even put forth effort in doing something. Mayday put forth some effort. And don't get stuck in, I don't know how to. Y'all, we got too many resources to be living in what you think you don't know how to do. all of these different resources. At first, growing up, all we had was going to the library, and we had encyclopedias. We had to figure everything out at the library. Now, I still love the library. Okay, I take my students to the library. Period. And we gonna always go to the library. I love the library. But what you have to realize is that now you could be anywhere. You listening to this, so that means you either got a computer, a phone, or something. Okay? And so you can look up stuff. You can Google stuff. I use Chat GPT as an advanced Google. Nita, what you mean? I love Google. I go to Google, I ask Google all types of stuff to help me because it's like an expanded encyclopedia and it's the World Wide Web, right? And so I do the same thing with Chat GPT. Like, okay, I take the stuff that I ask for Google and I put it in Chat GPT to help me. Now, I don't look to Chat GPT as anything that is to tell me this or tell me that. No, I use it as a resource. It's not the source. I use it as a resource. And I like to make that differentiate. I like to make sure you all know. My tongue get tired sometimes, y'all. I like to make sure that you all know the difference because I know some people look at certain things and their whole life depend on it. That's a machine. That's a computer. That's a system to use. That doesn't have a soul. It doesn't have a spirit. I have people for that. I have Jesus for that. I have the Lord for that. Okay. So I wanted to include that, but there's too much out here for you not to be able to plan and execute. That was the whole purpose of all of that, y'all. We got to plan and execute. We got to plan. We got to execute. We got to stop saying we don't know how to. All we have to do is go ask, how do you? How did you? How did this? How do you get started? When people started asking me about writing books, y'all, I be spilling so much. I be forgetting that, oh, I'm a coach and I get paid for this type of stuff because people gatekeep information so much. But now you can't gatekeep as much because people can find out so many different ways of doing things. And it's enough room for everybody to be successful. Another thing that people think, and the reason why they doubt is, I don't think nobody gonna support me. I don't think nobody gonna read my book. I don't think nobody gonna come to the launch. How you gonna know if you don't do it? Huh? How will you know if you don't do it? If you don't step out on faith and just do it? You gotta do it. They will come. Y'all remember the saying, if you build it, they will come? That's true. But if you build it and, oh my gosh, it's not turning out exactly how I want it, if God told you to do it, do it. Okay? Trust the process. Keep working at it. And even if doubt tries to creep in, I love saying, God, if there's any doubt, help my unbelief. Help me, God. Help me to help my dang old self. So I could go forth in this thing and not feel like I'm held back in this thing. I hope y'all feeling this thing. I'm picking up what I'm putting down. Pick it up. Pick up what I'm putting down. Because doubt is a kryptonite. And we too brilliant. We were created with purpose. We have so much within us. And I think I've said this on the show before, but the richest people ain't in the cemetery. We got too many people being born every single day. One of the shows my husband hooked me on was I don't know the name of it. I think it's a YouTube show. I don't know. But it's about like when the guys are in prison and they try to escape. I think it's called Escape or something like that. And they try to escape. They are so darn brilliant. They be in there using all their brain cells, baby. At that moment, they use more than 10% because they be escaping in some unique ways, honey. They watch, they look, they think about the skills that's within them. They find a way to create stuff to be able to move the bricks and to create cement and to do this and do that. What if they had used those same skills when they was on the outside? My God, they'd be millionaires, billionaires. And so I'm challenging all of us. What is in your hands? When God was telling y'all, see, I'm getting the story, but y'all, I read my Bible every single day. Okay, I read my Bible. I just get so excited that I'll be forgetting certain things. But the story in the Bible where, was it Elijah? It was one of them. I think it was an instance in the New Testament too. But let me keep going, so y'all don't be like, she don't know what you're talking about. Where the lady was like, I don't have enough to make the bread. I think that was Elijah. And he like, no, you're gonna have enough. Told her what to do. Feed me first. You know, all of this stuff. And she had more than enough. Now, was that story different from the woman who had to go to each house and get the oil and she never ran out? The Bible is full of all of the stories, is what I'm trying to tell y'all, that gives y'all proof of using what's in your hand and using what you got to get what you need. And whether you know it or not, when you use what you got to get what you need, you're gonna have more than enough. Okay? The next episode I come back, I'm gonna be like, listen, y'all, I went and found the exact stories. But y'all get what I'm trying to say. Use what's in your hands. We have so many tools and so many gifts and talents that oftentimes we sit on them. I love using my hands to show people that they could do anything needed, wanted, or desire. I've been creating notebooks. I've been creating all types of things outside of creating books. I have been in about 8 or 9 anthologies that other people have written. Anthology number 10 for me is coming out next month. Dear God, the youth version. I'm so excited. Actually, not next month, this month in July. It's coming out. And so I'm excited for these youth. I think it's about 13 youth, 14 youth, between 12 and 14 youth that have written for this book, and they are published authors. Some of them are first time authors, and they're kids, y'all. They're kids. And so they're coming out with their books. They're able to say they're authors and all of the things, and I'm excited for them. And so that's number 10 of a collaboration. But then I have about maybe 20 something books that I'll publish just on my own. You know, so this is just to show you that somebody with club hands that had to learn to write with different type of pencils and pens than everybody else, that don't even hold a pencil or pen the same way you hold a pencil or a pen. It looks so different when I hold a pencil or pen versus when you hold a pencil or pen, but I don't let that stop me. I've written books. I type fast, okay? I probably can out-type some of the best of them. And I say this not to brag about myself, but to show you that if I could do it, you can too. But if I let doubt creep in, y'all, I wouldn't be doing nothing. I wouldn't be doing nothing. I'll be sitting trying to collect a social security check for the rest of my life. But instead, I'm out here working on becoming a millionaire. I don't even know millionaires in my family. I know some millionaires now, though. They may not be in my biological family, but I know some millionaires now. And I know that I'm getting there. I'm speaking it. I'm speaking it right here. And I don't know how many people is listening to the show, but you hear me saying it. And I'm saying it unapologetically because I know it's going to come to pass. Millions is just going to be my beginning because billions is my portion. But I have to do the work. Faith without works is dead. So I'm removing all doubt. All doubt. I always tell people I'm going to jump over being $1,000 straight to being a millionaire. And people be laughing. They like, this girl. I mean, but I'm serious. Like I'm going forth. I'm going forth. Okay. And so I'm not allowing doubt or the lack of me knowing anybody in my family who's already done it before, or the fact that I'm out here treading and doing things that I haven't seen everybody do before. But God will put you in a place in the places and spaces with people who have. And that I'm grateful for. Being able to be in places and spaces and meet people who has done it. But I had to have the faith even before I was able to be in those spaces. Because if I didn't believe, if I doubted, if I had so much fear, I wouldn't even allow myself to be in those places and spaces, y'all. I wouldn't have allowed it. Because I would have been too afraid to get into those places and spaces. I would have thought that I didn't belong. But I do belong. Where do you belong? You got to know where you belong. You got to think more higher. We think so low. We don't allow our minds to expand. When Jesus was here, I love studying Jesus. I love studying Jesus because he was our example. And one of the things he kept dwelling on was faith. Like, how long are y'all not going to believe? How long? You have got to believe. Some people be like, oh, you ain't going to become no millionaire by believing. Yes, you will. Because your belief is going to make you move. It's going to make you act. It's going to make you put forth the work. It's going to make you do. And then as you're doing, it's just going to come. It's just going to happen. It's just going to become a reality for you. You will see it and you'll be like, oh, Jesus is Lord. It didn't happen for me because it's supposed to happen for you. It is. It is. Sometimes we doubt because we think we're too late. We didn't pass the age limit. Like, No, it's always you got breath in your body. You can still do it. It's some people that want to get in shape that haven't started. I look at these YouTubes and different things. Some women, some men, people ain't started till they was like 50, 60. They 80 years old. They still on these different journeys. Sometimes doubt tells us that we can't give something up. Like we love something so much. I use myself for example. I absolutely love meat, but guess what? I'm on a journey right now. Right now, as you're listening to this, I'm on a journey where I'm doing things raw. Why? Because my health requires it. My health requires me to get in shape and to get better. Not only does my health require it, but my future, my present and my future requires it. Because for me to be able to enjoy the life that God wants me to enjoy and that He's bringing into my atmosphere, I gotta sometimes fast and pray. I gotta be healthy. I gotta be. I'm a youth leader, a youth pastor. I gotta be able to keep up with kids. Okay, I gotta be in shape. It's not about being skinny, y'all. It's about being in shape. It's about being healthy. It's about being able to walk up some stairs and not being out of breath. It's about being able to do a line dance and being able to do another one. And before you're done with the first one, I love line dancing and being able to continue to go. But I can't keep telling myself that, man, I got to give up steak. Yeah, because that red meat ain't good for you. I'm also going to have an episode where I bring people on. We're going to talk about perimenopause. We're going to talk about fibroids because those are things that I'm dealing with. And I know I'm not the only one. Oftentimes we think we're the only one dealing with something, and we're not. We're never the only one dealing with something. Never the only one dealing with something. And we doubt oftentimes because we believe people ain't going to understand us. You are not the only one dealing with whatever you're dealing with. You're not the only one going through whatever you're going through. There is a way. Somebody else has already overcome. So let that be some encouragement to you. Let that fuel you. Let that put some fire under you to know that, man, if this person made it, I can too. We're all set to be examples for somebody else. That's what Jesus was. He was our greatest example. He was our greatest example. And so we got to, look at the fact that we had an example and now we got to be an example for somebody else. Some of you all want to create a business and you've never seen anybody do it. You want to open up a brick and mortar. Some of you want to write books. Some of you want to apply for a particular position or a particular job and you have yet to do it. You have got to start doing something. For me, my task in this season, I like to share stuff because I want you to hold me accountable. Get somebody to hold you accountable. My task in this season, I'm around here like I need to get some stuff done in my own home that I want to get done. Going through my clothes and just doing different things, putting certain things up, just doing certain things. And sometimes we just don't even do certain things that we need to do, even in our own space. But we got to do it. Do a small task and it will build up to a big task. You ain't got to jump up to the top of the ladder at the beginning. Take small steps up the ladder, and before you know it, you'll be so high up you didn't even realize that looking down, wow, look how far I've come. You're supposed to have that testimony of look how far I've come. You're supposed to have that. You can't have that. Start speaking life over these situations. Start speaking life over yourself. Start speaking life over the things that is meant for you. It's meant for you. But we keep letting that little thing called doubt creep on in. But we gotta kick it out. You have the power to kick doubt out. You have the power to walk in faith every single day. It is a thing that, the Bible tells us to renew our mind daily. And when I think about that scripture, I renew my mind on the things that God says about me. I renew my mind on those affirmations and those things that God has said for me, that He is bringing to fruition in my life. I have to renew my mind daily on all of those things, and so do you. Get yourself some real good affirmations. I started with a 5-day affirmation challenge, and y'all, now here it is. Weeks later, I'm still saying the same affirmations. I recorded it on my phone. If I leave the house and I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't pause to listen to it, but I'm creating a routine also that in the morning after my devotion time, before I even come from under my prayer shawl, that I am saying those affirmations, that I am speaking that life. And I encourage you to do the same. Now that thing you wrote down, that doubt that you wrote down, I want you to rip it up because it don't exist. It no longer exists in your world. And then write down those faithful affirmations until you believe them. I need you to say them every single day until it becomes a part of you, because doubt should not exist where your faith lies. Y'all, man, time is winding out. I gotta go, but I'm gonna come back again. Okay, we're gonna talk about this more because I need you to walk in faith and not fear, y'all. So always remember to destroy the doubt that's within you. Take it and throw it away. It don't belong in you. Okay, believe in the God in you. Dream big, work towards it, and achieve big. Why? Because you can and you were meant to. This is the You Can Show on ITU Radio, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Make sure you come and follow me on social media at Nina Motivates, on Facebook at Nina Motivates You. And if you Google Nina Motivates, you'll find me, connect with me, and I look forward to talking to you all. You can email me at youcanspecialist@gmail.com. I have a free gift for you all. So go ahead and either email me, go find my website, ninaaddison.com. If the www acts up, go to http the colon https colon backslash ninaaddison.com and grab your free gift. I got a couple free gifts on there, so make sure you grab your free gifts. And I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye for now.